the number one place that I see the deal die. And every time it's like the same place that you could paint an X on the floor. You don't necessarily know right away that you blew it and you lost the deal. And so what that leads to is a lot of confusion, as you can imagine, where people don't really understand, salespeople don't understand where they went wrong. When I do an analysis, I'm like, whoa, that's not your problem at all. You actually lost this thing way back on the discovery call. At the end of the call, you asked your questions, you go to book next steps, whether that's an analysis call or an alignment call or a proposal call, whatever it is, right? And they say something like this: great demo, really excited about the software. This all looks so good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this information. I took detailed notes. Go ahead and send me your slide deck. Send me some notes that you have as well, some marketing collateral, whatever you've got. I'm going to go and show this to my boss, try to get a green light on the budget. And then when I get that green light, then I'll reach back out to you and we'll schedule next steps. When you hear those words come out of that person's mouth, it's telling you a couple of things. Number one, they have no idea what they're doing. They don't know how to buy software or buy what it is that you're selling. If they did know that, there's no way that they would want to do that, because that's an 80% chance that the boss is going to say no. And if this is something that's actually valuable to them, and it is, and we know that because we've asked good questions, we've uncovered their challenges, we've got them singing our praises at this point, talking about how wonderful it's going to be, why would they want to proceed down a road that has an 80% failure rate, right? This is actually a really core sales principle. Sales is leadership. So pretty simple. When you hear somebody try to take one of the buyers try to take leadership over the sales process, that's your opportunity to establish what I call command and control over the sale. That's your opportunity to step in and assume leadership over that conversation, over the process, over the sale, which, by the way, you have to do if you want to win the deal. You have to lead the buyers, not let the buyers lead you through the process. Very simple. Why? Because most of them don't know what they're doing, and they will lead you down a path that has an 80% failure rate. And in fact, this is why so many reps have a low conversion rate to closed won deals. So when that comes up, when they say those words, let me show this to my boss, we'll get back to you. Here's what you do. Okay, we'll just do like a little tiny role play here. Okay.
I'm glad you're not leaving us on a cliffhanger, because I was wondering what I was like, he's surely going to tell us, right? Okay.
This is what you do. It's very simple, right? You just take control, but you do it in a way that is friendly, helpful, positive, humble, right? You don't want to be condescending. You don't want to take it by force, right? But here's what you want to teach, tailor, and take control. This is a little bit of challenger sale kind of mentality. You want to challenge them constructively. Here's what you say. Natalie, listen, first of all, let me just say, I'm really glad that you like the software. You like what you've seen. And trust me, I'm as excited about this as you are, because I want to see you solve those challenges for yourself, make it to more of your daughter's soccer games. I know how important that is to you. And I would love to know that we helped you overcome those challenges we talked about earlier. But listen, I work through these buying processes all day, every day. And if it's all right, Natalie, I'd like to share with you an observation that I've made that I think could really help us here. Would that be all right?
Yeah, please go ahead.
And I'm only sharing this because I know how important this is to you. And I see that there's some real potential here for us to really help you with the software, right? So there's two paths that we can take from here. One path has an 80% success rate where you end up getting the software. The other path has an 80% failure rate where you end up getting told no by your boss 80% of the time. And there's a key difference there, okay? If you take this information and you go show it to your boss, I'm looking at my notes and I think that's Monica, the chief people officer.
Monica. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you take this to Monica and you show her, Monica hasn't been on any of the calls. She hasn't been a part of our conversations. She hasn't heard you talking about the challenges that are important to you. She won't have the same confidence that the software can solve those challenges. And she won't really have a sense as to the impact, the positive impact on the business. That's just a fact. Not saying that you're not doing a great job of transmitting the information, but sometimes you have to feel the experience to appreciate it, right? And which you and I, yeah, but she hasn't been on the calls. So when you take that to her and you show it to her, The only thing that she's going to see is the price tag. And when she looks at the price tag, 80% of the time she's going to say no. So I'm going to share with you a way that we can actually turn that into an 80% yes rate, because I want to see you win this as much as I want to win. Okay. So here's what we do. We schedule another demo. We invite Monica to that demo, and then we do a recap where we talk about the challenges that we're helping you overcome. And then I take Monica through the software and we show her exactly how we're solving those challenges. And you're there to co-author it and talk about how your confidence that it will do that. And I'm there to show, and I can even invite one of my technical resources onto the call, right? But we give her that same experience, that same confidence that you had on this call. And then we'll talk about budget at the end of that call. And it's important that all three of us be on that call, because you're going to be using the software. You need to make sure you have the features necessary to get the job done. I need to make sure that we're there to configure the software properly and make sure that it is what you need it to be, because we have different options. And she needs to make sure that it fits within the budget. If it's just me and her, she might fit it within the budget, but you might lose some of those features. And if it's just you and me, you'll keep the features, but you might not get the budget. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yes.
So the only way that we can proceed and have it be that high of a chance of success is if all three of us just get on a call. It doesn't have to be an hour like it was today. We could do 30 minutes, but we really need to take Monica through the experience of seeing the demo. And then we need to talk about the budget candidly, all three of us on the phone together, to make sure everyone's happy with how it works out. So with that being said, I'm looking at my calendar and I've got some time available, the core of the week, next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Can you pull up Monica's calendar and see what would work best to get her on a call too?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up, and I actually have the ability to view what she's got available next, which we have next Thursday. How would that work? And I can put it in right now.
That sounds like I won the deal, is what it sounds like. That sounds perfect. So this is, you see the power of that, right? We're not, now I wasn't mean. I didn't forcefully take it from you. I came alongside you and I asked for your permission to share a recommendation with you, which they'll agree to 100% of the time. And then I laid out a plan. I took leadership over the process and I laid out a plan, which then they will agree to the majority of the time. Because in reality, when they say, let me show this to my boss, then we'll get back to you, what they really mean is, I don't know what to do from here. But it's amazing that 98% of the sales reps out there are doing at least one or two of these things incorrectly. And so like my whole thing is, if you're going to play the game, why wouldn't you play to win, right? So that's why I'm sharing these tips and tricks with the viewers, so that they can actually play their best game. They can win the game and they can make more money.